Just a really quick video on this Sanyo. It's kind of hard to read, I guess, because it's already upside down, but it's a Sanyo, and it's one of their Plus series. And this is a Plus 130 AM/FM stereo receiver. Customer bought this knowing that it had problems. Of course, these things go for quite a bit of money. They were a very good stereo, good high output. You know, it's kind of hard to see from the bottom side here, but once I get it flipped back over, I'll do another quickie video to show it. But the actual heat sink, it's kind of hard to see down in there. They're actually Freon filled, so you know, not very often you need to do refrigeration work on your stereo, but these actually have two Freon filled coolers down inside there. Like I say, you can get a good view of those, and I'll do that when I get the radio put back together. The right channel works, but the left channel's dead, and he bought it knowing the problems. Even saw pictures of it. So here's a lot of light from the light there. You can see it's got 3 burned up resistors on the board there, and you can see the capacitors are down there. But grab a pointer here. There are numerous bad solder joints on this board. I'm gonna get my head down here and take a look. Yeah, I've got a lot of them. Come on, camera, focus. Come on, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Doesn't want to cooperate. So, a lot of bad solder joints right here. Of course, you can see this is the underside of one of those resistors that's burned up. There's a couple other ones here. They're starting to get some pretty good rings around them, but these right here are actually broken. I can see they're cracked. The solder's cracked through, so I'll probably just resolder the entire board. I get the feeling somebody started to work on this maybe, because a lot of the solder joints on the right channel board have already been resoldered. I can see that, let's see here, these have been resoldered, all of this here, a couple solder joints here, a couple back here, there's one there. Somebody went through it and resoldered a couple of them, but there's still a bunch of other ones on here that need to be done. There's several down here. I don't know how they'll show up under the light in the camera, but they have visible rings where they're starting to fatigue. So, like I say, I'm just going to completely resolder both of these boards, replace the couple burned up components, and actually it doesn't really look like there's much else wrong with this. I mean, I've seen these really damaged, you know, the transistor here, the circuit board just cooked and blackened. The only real damage is those, from the looks of it, is those 3 resistors that are burned up. So I'll probably pull this transistor just to and test it, just to make sure. But from initial inspection, it actually looks really good shape. Like I say, other than some, you know, on both of these boards have some bad solder joints. Like I say, some of these are actually just broke. They're just plain broke, and that's to transistors. That's to these transistors back here. So I'll get those resoldered, get the resistors changed. Do have the service manual right there. So and we'll see if we can get her to come back to life with a easy repair. Haha. I say that fingers crossed. Because here of late, nothing's been easy. Everything I've touched has, I'm not going to say everything's been a nightmare, but I've had more than my fair share of nightmare radios here recently. So keeping the fingers crossed for an easy